Yo, what is going on, guys? Let me go ahead and show you one of my favorite shed defenses that can also sit there and act as a run defense and also a absolute screamer when we want to blitz crib. And that's going to be out of the 4-4 split. Now, with this, I do like to have edge threats, obviously, on these two end spots. They're going to get crazy animations. This is going to be very similar to all the other defenses that I run that really take advantage of the 1v1s by these ends. Now, with that being said, ideally you want two fast players here so you can mix up which one you spy. If you only have one of them or if you don't have any of them, you don't really have to do anything with it. Now, your two fastest players need to be over here on the ends, right? So you see I got Quan Alexander here. I don't know who Greenlaw is, but we're just going to leave him over there. He's probably the fastest. But what I come out in is I come out in Engage 8. I find it pretty funny just because my opponent thinks I'm running Engage 8 every play. And truthfully, I kind of am. But I'm not sending everybody, if that makes any sense. Now, let's go ahead and just talk about what we're going to do with this. So we can use this against any set in the game. If it's runs, we can run it against that. If it's passing, we can run it against that. I'm going to show it initially against bunch, and then we'll take a look at tight offset, and then we'll go into some under center set. Now, let's talk about the general adjustments that I do. I will come out and I will zone out all my linebackers. You're going to do that by pressing right on the D-pad and then up on the right analog stick. After that, we're going to zone out both of our outside linebackers, put them into curl flats. If you want to put them into something else, you can do that, but I typically go curl flats. You can do seam flats, which is pretty unique. Seam flats are man coverage. So you can essentially have them man up kind of on a match type of defense. Same thing with your middle linebackers, right? Both of these guys right here are middle linebackers. So you can put them into a deep zone. You can put them into a mid read. You can put them on basically whatever you want. I tend to put one of them into a deep zone, and that allows me to lurk underneath with my user. Now, there's two things you can do with this. You can, if you want to just give off the tell that you are in a shed defense, just spread your defensive line. That's all you got to do. Now, once you spread your defensive line, you'll be good. You can go ahead and spy one of the DTs if you want. You don't have to, but basically, you'll see that you get just the crazy sheds to both ends as you saw right there. Right, so I'm going to go to the instant replay and just show that to you again. I don't remember if I spied anybody or not. I might have just rushed the 4. I did. I just rushed the 4 people. But as you can see, you get the 1v1s to both sides. So he hits him with the finesse specialist. He hits him with the edge threat. Boom. The running back can't block both of them. It's a sack, right? So just a 4-man rush can be a 3-man rush if you want it to be. Now, that's going to be your generic coverage defense, right? So we're going to go ahead and do it again, and it's just all out of Engage 8. So hook zone, so we're zoning out all the linebackers, putting both of the outside guys into the flats, spreading our D-line, and then if you want to, you can spy one of the ends. Standard cover 3, right? You can go ahead, put a deep zone by the middle linebacker. That's going to allow you to jump underneath routes. But mainly when doing this, you're looking to just, shed their life away. As you see right there, another perfect example of D4 just going nuts and getting an instant shed. So back to instant replay just one more time so you guys can see it. I'm not doing any cutting of any videos or anything like that. But basically, you'll see he triggers that edge threat pretty much every time. You got the other guy, which would do the same over there, but he's triggering the finesse specialist, and we're good. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the pressure, right? So say we catch them, and we just absolutely want to bring pressure. Say they're doing, we'll go here, right? So say they're gonna try to hit corner routes. So they'll do a max protect, typically something that looks like this, right? If you want to blitz everybody out of this, all you need to do, re-blitz all your linebackers, press until they come into the gap, and then you're good. That's it. That's all you got to do. This is going to be a blitz 8, and no matter what your opponent does in terms of blocking, sliding, IDing, none of that, they're not going to be able to pick this up, right? As you see, the running back thumbs out, linebacker goes ahead and screams in. Now, if they don't send that out, right? So say they are in a formation like bunch, right? So it'll look like this. Well, say they just block the running back. They try to make like quick reads. You're going to see they don't block anybody. Both outside guys come in free. So they're not going to have any time to make those quick reads. It's going to allow you to jump the routes or play very aggressive defensively. Now you might be thinking, well, I don't always want to be able to blitz these players, right? So you don't have to blitz 8, right? You can do the same thing, but now you can put either of these middle linebackers into a deep zone. You can man him up on somebody, right? So you can man him up right here, or even better, you would man him up there, and then you would just watch for RB. But as you'll see, right, you're still going to get pressure, right? The running back's still going to cut block the guy to the inside, and you're going to get pressure off that left. So basically, you can always zone out opposite of the running back, knowing that the running back is going to get stuck into this animation right here, to where he's either going to block the guy coming off the B gap or he's going to block the guy coming off the edge. Now, this is a 7-man blitz, right? So this is your, still an aggressive defense, but you're able to make the adjustments that way, right? So if your opponent is sitting there and they are, trying to quick pass, right? So a lot of people like to quick pass. You could man up both middle linebackers on the tight end and the running back. So now, say they are running something that like this, where they're trying to throw to the flats. Well, now you can still scream at them. As you see, I got 2 people in free, and I had the running back and the tight end manned up. So no matter what they did right there, I was going to be able to scream at them, right? So you see running back is manned up. So what that does is it essentially allows this end to come in free, and this guy, basically passed him off and allowed him to come in free. But this guy over here was going to come in free every single time, right? Because the running back's on the opposite side. So you can see just right off the bat, we're able to make these types of crazy adjustments to where we're still going to scream and get a ton of pressure, but our opponent's not going to be able to, pick up the blitz when we want them to not pick it up. And that's really the key. So we'll go ahead, here we're going to send 8, right? I've talked about this already. Now, say they max protect and they try to roll out, right? So they'll do something that looks a lot like this. Boom. Well, that's not going to work, right? Because we just came in free off both sides. So let's go ahead, show that again. So we motion the guy in to try to pick up the blocker, but everybody's really tight up in this. This is very similar to Bear, right? If you look at Bear, it's this same alignment where you've got 4 people to only technically 2 blockers. Now, with 4-4, you have it to both sides. So it doesn't matter what they do. As you see, I just blocked 8 people, and I had 2 people come in free. Like, the running back couldn't pick up both, obviously. So you take away one route, and you're golden. So this is the type of defense that I'm using, right? Now, you may say, well, there's a tell. Well, yes, there can be a tell, but you can also do the same thing, right? So where you're setting it up like this. Well, now all you have to do is zone out your linebackers. Both outside guys go into seam flats. And now what do, right? I can sit here, set up this exact same look where I'm not manually moving anybody or anything like that. It's basically going to be impossible to quick hike me. And you have no idea if I'm going to sit there and be in a coverage type of defense and just have everybody block, and you're going to have everybody blocking, trying to dot a 3-man rush.